Good afternoon. Now, it's fair to say that this journey has been mentally tougher than I even imagined, and I thought it would be hard. It's easy to get stuck in a rut, to sit in your comfort zone, and this is regardless of whether you're an amputee and you've just faced a major surgery or anything. It is really easy to sit in your comfort zone, and I found that that is what I had been doing over the last week or so. So what had happened was, well, walking any distance becomes a bit hard. So I either don't park closer or use the wheelchair. I know that using crutches is hard work when you've only got one leg. So I was doing it over short distances. To begin with, I told myself this was for safety. But actually, a bit further down the line, it's actually just because it's in the too hard basket. And I came to realise, after having had a bit of a reality check a few days ago, that if I don't grab the bull by the horns and actually do something about it, then nothing will ever get better. I looked back on Strava at the last time that I had tried single leg cycling, and it was the 18th of November. Now, it was way harder than I ever thought, and I knew it was hard. And the reason is because it's the knee replacement leg that's now doing the work. Now, to begin with, I was a bit afraid, I've got to say, of whether I should keep pushing that knee replacement leg or not. But actually, I have no choice. It's the only leg that's still holding me up. And yeah, it's going to be hard. It's going to be harder than it would have been if I still had my left leg and not my right. But just because it's hard doesn't mean I shouldn't do it. I struggle to get the full pedal rotation. I don't have enough strength on the up and over. As far as I remember, that's hamstrings and glutes. And I'm going to have to talk to the physio about some strengthening for that specific little thing. But I decided that I better get my sorry ass back onto that bike, because unless I do it, nothing will ever get better. So I've completely revised my expectations of myself, and I have totally set aside swimming at the moment, because it is the biggest unknown right now with the trying to treat the damage done by the infection. So I am not even thinking about that right now, and that used to be my main motivator. What I'm now going to have to do is make this right leg be able to cycle on its own. So I got onto Zwift today, and I'm still only sticking with 5 kilometers. Now that's like, it never used to even register as even being worth it when I was cycling before, but I have to start at a realistic place. So I have decided that I'm going to get to the bike on crutches. The bike is parked next to a wall and a window in the garage, so I can lean against the window ledge for support if I need it, but I have left the shoe on the pedal, and that is so that I don't have to negotiate getting the shoe on and then getting on the bike with the cleat on the bottom of the shoe. I tried it and it was a disaster. So the shoe stays on the bike. I get on the bike and the shoe's still there, and the original shoe slipper, whatever I've got on my foot, is still on my foot as well. I can then kick that off with the shoe that's attached to the pedal, and then put the shoe that's attached to the pedal onto my foot, pull it up and strap it in place. Because I've got a smart trainer, my bike is incredibly secure and is not going to topple over. So I can do this and hang on to the bike, and I know that it's perfectly secure, and even though I've got no feet on the floor. So that's how I've decided to get on, and it works quite nicely. And the same thing in reverse. I'm sticking to 5 kilometers, and my right leg is struggling to be able to maintain a full pedal stroke on its own for a while now. So that's my next goal, to be able to do the 5 kilometers with the right leg doing a full pedal stroke. At the moment, we interval between a full pedal stroke and a half pedal stroke. Now, I had to do that because otherwise I had to keep stopping and starting, and that was not working for me. So that's what I did this morning. I got my butt on the bike and did 5 kilometers on the bike. It's sufficiently hard to make me sweat, even though theoretically it shouldn't be, but why the hell shouldn't it be? Somebody chopped my leg off 2 months ago. Yeah, coming up to 2 months ago. Somebody chopped my leg off 2 months ago, and I've not been able to walk since. So why should anything not be hard? It really should be, and is, and will continue to be hard. But Something else that I'd been putting off for a few days, and the sun was shining, the weather was still today, and I did this as well. Now, some things I put it off because I know it's going to be hard, and some things I put it off because I know it's going to be hard and I worry about the safety. But this one today, I had someone with me, so we were able to deal with the safety aspect. So what we did was this. We parked at Queen's Park because I pondered over where I could go walking, where there was lots of benches to sit on. So husband goes with a wheelchair behind me, and I'm on the crutches. Now, we started off at the Cheeky Llama. Now, the very first time I went to the Cheeky Llama on crutches, I had to stop twice before I got to the cafe, and it's only less than 200 meters away from the car park. Then I managed to build it up so I could get to the cafe without stopping, and I haven't actually gone very much further than that, to be honest, on one leg because I've been lazy. So today I went past the cafe, around the corner to the band rotunda, around the band rotunda and back again. Now, I was really surprised, but I managed to get all the way from the car park past the cafe to the band rotunda and the first bench, which was further round than I thought, without stopping and having a rest. And my watch still only said it was just less than 200 meters or something, but it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. I am going to measure things off of visual benchmarks. So it was twice as far as the car park to the cafe, at least as far as I'm concerned. And yeah, you'd have to exercise a lot of patience if you wanted to go at my speed, because apparently it's the same speed as a slow march, according to husband. So I sat on the bench for a wee while, and then we went round to a whole half rotation of the band rotunda, so I'm back to the beginning. And we sat down again for another few minutes and then back to the cafe. Now, I've got to say, when I got back to the cafe, I was totally roasted. And at that point, yes, I needed the wheelchair, but I hadn't sat in it at any point up until then. I had just used the crutches. Now, when I measured it on the Garmin, that was 0.67 kilometers just on crutches. Now, I don't think you appreciate what it's like on crutches with one leg unless you've ever tried it for any length of time. It is 100 times harder than it is with two legs and partial weight bearing. But I found my shoulders liked it a lot better. It was just my wrists that weren't quite used to it because they were in this position. But we're over it, and that's fine. So I'm considering today to be a triumph in the kick my ass into action day, because I did 5 kilometers on the stationary bike in the garage, and I walked half a kilometer on crutches, and I have never gone that far on crutches before. I've always bottled it before then. It had to be a still sunny day, though I'd had no chance of slipping, and I had someone with me for safety. Now, I'm not totally crazy, but I do get a little bit carried away with myself sometimes. The other thing I have decided to do is I'm going to rein in my enthusiasm. So I need a proper schedule. Now, this is going to mean a lot more hospital appointments and physio appointments. And I need to make these happen because they are important. I also have the district nurse every day. I need to make that happen because it's important. We have made some excellent progress in the Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 3-4 days since I have been switched to 3 days, since I've been switched to daily treatments with the district nurse. I am no longer taking pictures of it myself. I give the phone to the nurse and get her to take a picture, and I'm doing this for monitoring purposes because I need to make sure I do not get another infection. We have concluded the infection has done one, so yay, we've won against the infection. The skin isn't red or hot, and there's blood coming through, and that's apparently is a good thing, although bleeding has been a terrible thing for this leg so far. We are considering bleeding to be a good thing, but I'm not going to be publishing any more photos of this because even I am struggling to look at it, and it's my leg. But I'm keeping a close eye on it, and I'm told that it's looking lots and lots better already. What we need to do is clean it all out and get the blood flowing through so we can get some good healing. I've also added extra vitamin C supplement in order to help speed that up a little bit too. And I'm feeling quite positive. The antibiotics finished today. So that means that here is my schedule from here forwards. On Mondays and Wednesday evenings, I will be making myself available at work. I'm also still working my way up towards building in the massage, but I need to do that very carefully, and I'm still kneeling on a stool. On Tuesdays and Thursdays during the day, I am at work for during the day for 4 or 5 hours doing admin. And the rest of the time, I need to take it to myself for mental health, for fitness and exercise and time out and hospital appointments. So I need to stick to that schedule because I was getting a little bit lapsy-daisy with it. And hopefully that will mean I'll see some progress. Sadly though, I still can't swim. Now I'm going to revise this at the end of December, and yeah, I might actually have to find a waterproof way of covering it and go swimming if we're still not able to swim by January, because do you know what? I am not cancelling Challenge Wanaka. I will do that race. I need to have swum a few times beforehand, but I don't need to have done a truckload of training. I've proved to myself twice already that I can get back in the pool and swim 2K having done nothing before it for months. But I need to have been able to swim at least once or twice without the leg so I can see what that happens to balance and roll for breathing. I've also decided not to cut the leg on the wetsuit at this point. We have had to think about this, and I actually don't think there's going to be too much extra on the left leg. If you look at the length here, my wetsuit isn't as long as these trousers. So we're only talking maybe. So for now, I'm going to leave the wetsuit leg as it is, because I need to have swum in it with my amputated leg for a few times first to decide whether the wetsuit leg needs to be longer, shorter, or what. And I also need to have practiced into the prosthetic once I'm walking on it a few times first to see whether I need to be able to roll it up, whether it goes in over the top, all of these sorts of things. So I'm not cutting the wetsuit at this point, and I think there might be maybe this much extra, and I don't think there'll be too much of a drama. So that is what I decided to do with my Sunday. If you're wanting a target to work from, what I want you to do is this. Do one thing that you've been putting off for the last few days. It doesn't have to be fitness, it can be anything, but it's not got to be something externalized that's to do with something else. It's got to be something to do with you. So that is the weekend wrap, and I will talk to you again by the way. Did you know that on Tuesday it will be exactly 2 months post amputation? It feels like a lifetime ago, and at the same time it feels like yesterday.